Cool. Hey people. So in this video, we're gonna download dbt Power User for the first time, and we're gonna check out a few cool things like common level lineage, AI docs generation, health checks, etc. And yeah, I'll just walk you through how to download this. So if you search for dbt Power User, you'll find this in the Visual Studio Marketplace. You can download it here, or if you go to VS Code and go to extensions, should be here. Cool. Wow, there are quite a lot. Gonna have to do another video. Cool. So let's install this. Okay, cool. So dbt Power User is set up. Normally when you have to download something, you normally need to do a little developer reload. So if you press Ctrl+Shift+P and type reload, we'll reload it. Now we need to do this. So done that. Now we need to select our Python interpreter. So I'm going to select this one that I use for my virtual environment. So Python 3.11. Okay, I'm pretty sure I've done that. Okay. Cool. So I guess just by virtue of doing this, I've got a few more things here. When I run dbt, I use vn for better or for worse. And then if we type in dbt version, we should have dbt installed because now we're in the environment. So let's just check that. Okay, cool. So we're in dbt. I'll type this in my command prompt just to double check that we've got the same thing. Cool, 1.6.5, happy days. So I guess now we can just do the Power User tutorial. Generate dbt from source file. So start by generating a new dbt model from source files or SQL. Okay. I don't see this working. I wonder why. Okay, maybe let's just do another reload and see what happens. Cool. So it took a while, but here we go. Shit. Oh my God. So much in here. Huh. Ooh. This looks familiar. So I've got to go and get an API key. Cool. Well, I'm going to do that and then come back. Okay, cool. So I've gone into Altimate. You have to authenticate your email and then you can come in. It takes you straight to the API key bit, which I'm not going to show you because it's got my API key in it. But here we've got pretty much everything here. So I've copied the API key here. So now I'm going to go and work out what to do. So it wants me to add an API key and an instance name in the settings. So where would that be? Cool. So here's where you put the settings. So if you go to the extension and hit the cog, you can add in what you want. It's quite a lot here. So I'm going to go ahead and add these and then come back in a sec. Cool, so I've added my API key and it looks like this is working. So if I click on this primary key column, I can see that I've got an ID and a day. Now, the thing which is a bit weird is that there's nothing else here, and I would wager that is because I've not added that to the schema. So let's add another column to the schema and see what we get. Cool. So let's do like calendar timestamp. Cool. And now that I've done that, we've got a couple of other fields here. So this is pretty cool, actually. And it's free. Oh, amazing. Now, there are a couple of other things which we can look at here. So add documentation or tests. So what's that given me? Okay, cool. So this is my documentation and this is my... Oh, wow. So I've pressed this button that's syncing my columns to the database, and I'm not entirely sure what's happened here, but now we have all of the columns in this forecast sales table. And if I just take a look for 10, there should be 10 columns. Looks about right. What happens if I generate? This column, gosh, that's a bit long. Fuck it, let's bulk generate. Generate this in columns. Be nice if there was an option here to make it not so long, but hey ho. Why shouldn't we use somebody else's API key? Let's take a tricky one. So, cumulative sum of ARR for all the deals that have been closed. It's currently in ascending order of the calendar timestamp. Yeah. Let's check that. Cool. So that's basically saying that it's a sort of running average history, right, as opposed to going down the other way. So that looks good. I'm actually kind of happy with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my terminal. I'm going to say git branch dbt power user. And I'm going to say git checkout dbt power user. And hopefully if I look to schema.yaml, we've got a whole load of new stuff. I don't know, let's save it and have a look. So there's the change that I made. Where are the changes that I made in the docs? Do I need to save this? Go away. So this is the aggregated schema. Maybe I'm in the wrong place. No. Ah, save. Idiot. All right. Huh. That's pretty cool. Oh wait, no, I've tested the wrong one. Oh well, this will at least make sure that I can still compile with the edited YAML file. Cool. I'm loving this so far. Enable new lineage panel, true. Okay, well, I don't really want settings.json going through, so let's put that in git ignore. Cool. Right, let's see how this looks with something which is really complicated. So we have a pretty clean data model here, but this is probably one of the more gross ones. Let's have a look at details. Okay. Let's see how account ID works. Cool. What happens if I press that? Oh, wow. Cool. So we can expand and go further back. That's really cool. Let's look at another one. Well, maybe we can go and find something complicated up here. I mean, in fairness, this is actually quite a simple one. The more complicated ones are our sales models. So if we look at maybe like, I don't know, closed days here, find something more complicated. All right, here we go. Let's make this massive. Column lineage in progress. Yeah, come on. So here we can see that the closed days depends on these two things in this table, which in turn depend on the deal source and the deal pipeline stage, which is really cool. How does this look in the legacy? Cool, so a lot better. We've got this nice little legend here. What does it mean? Original alias transformation unchanged. Cool. And I guess we can run like a query here too. So if I just say like, I don't know, well, let's pick something which is going to be really basic. Guess I need to save that. And then how do I run it? Queries can be bookmarked. Execute your queries. Oh, wow. So if you just do Control Enter, it just does it. Cool. So it doesn't like this. Maybe if I ref it, save it, Control Enter. Doesn't like that. Okay, just make sure I'm not going crazy on the refs. No, I'm not. So, where is this stored? I'm going to go and get the full query and then come back in a sec. Okay, cool. Let's try this query. Assuming all it is doing is pushing it down straight to BigQuery, we should get something back. And we do, which is cool. Not sure why it's doing that, but that is real cool. Love that. Okay. There's the sequel. That's the history. So this is cool because now I don't really need to leave the VS Code UI to sort of develop with dbt, and I'm a really big fan of that. The second cool thing is that if I want to understand column level lineage, so to take somebody through what's going on, I can rinse somebody else's API credits to do that. And for me, actually, the best thing is this documentation editor, because like I just can never ever be bothered to do documentation. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that. Easy to set up. Cool. So let's edit this docs. Oh, it's so good. Well, cool. So let's have a look then at tests. So our marks are basically these aggregated models. If we take a look at this one, let's click on tests. We can see what we want to do. So there's no way to bulk generate the tests. So let's hit this custom test. Not sure about that. So we can call this not null, partition date, custom test. Okay. I'd quite like to there be no missing bits. What happens if I do that? Cool. So if I hit save, I mean, it's done it with dbt utils, which I don't have installed, but if I had to forecast sales, save this file. There it is. Okay. So this probably won't work because I don't have dbt utils, but let's just try. Huh. Oh, well, there you go. And I like that because now it's great. And I don't know if y'all ever used like tools like Lightdash or semantic layers, but obviously if you don't have everything in here, then your semantic layer knows nothing, right? And I don't know about you, but I hate having to write all this YAML because it's super fucking terse. So if I can just go into like deals daily and just generate everything, that feels like a good idea. Well, let's sync with the database. Let's do this again. Cool. Now let's bulk generate everything. Be amazed to know if it can work out what this is. Because like actual status is where's that? Got it. So this is just like this is just working out the status over time because we basically have a table of changes. Yeah, okay. So this is not helpful, right? And this is like overly verbose. This should just be that. Then this will have a pk column, but this is 1 row per deal per day. That should just be that. Cool. But we can save that. It's still better than nothing. I think that took less time than it would have anyway. But obviously if you had like, hundreds of columns, this is a complete game changer. I don't want this custom query. But yeah, that's a quick summary of dbt Power User. So things we like: easy to install. It's also free. It has this cool UI on the left. You can run queries directly on your warehouse from VS Code, which is cool. You have Lineage, but then this is something which is annoying, is that you have to go get an API key to do like column level lineage, but this is really hot. Looks almost as good as Orchestra. And documentation, huge time saver, like generating columns, generating YAML files, generating tests. Love that. And yeah, I'm sure there's more in here, but for now, this is what we got.